Hello students, in this video we are going to learn what are the applications of trigonometry. Why do you learn trigonometry? Right? In some books the chapter name is height and distances. In some books chapter name is application of trigonometry. Right? Okay, so we have learned all the identities, we have learned all the ratios and how to use those ratios in terms of other ratio. Okay, so let us see what this concept says. Okay, first of all we need to know two things. First is angle of elevation, angle of depression. Right? What is this two angle? Suppose we have one object, this one person is standing here. Right? Sometimes you take that person as point object, you can say like this, or suppose somebody is sitting on a tree here, correct, and he is looking at the top of a tower. Suppose this is my tower and I am looking here. Right? Let us join this. Correct? So whenever any person is looking upside, right, so it makes its eyes makes an angle with the horizontal. Okay, whenever someone is looking upside, the eyes are here only and we are looking up. So what we are doing, we are making an angle with the horizontal. This horizontal angle while looking up is known as angle of elevation. Correct? So your angle of elevation is what? Angle made with the horizontal in the upper side. Right? You can watch it from here also. So whenever you look up, it will form a angle of elevation. Similarly, suppose you are sitting on a tree or some building and you are looking at the ground. Correct? So now again your eyes level is this. So this angle while looking down, because you do down movement, right? So this is known as my angle of depression. Correct? Understand these two angles. So one, while looking up you got angle of elevation, while looking down you got angle of depression. And remember one thing, that when you are using angle of depression, this angle theta is always equal to this angle also, alternate angle, because your ground is parallel to your eye level. Correct now? So these two angles are equal. So while calculating and while solving the problems, we will use this concept that this angle of depression can be written here also, theta. Right? We can do it similar here. If you draw a horizontal line parallel to this is also theta. So using alternate angle theorem, we can say that these two angles. So sometimes it is given angle of depression, sometimes it is given angle of elevation. We need to just use that angle in terms of trigonometry. Now we will learn the basic three height and distance and application of trigonometry. The main thing is to draw a diagram. Once you draw the correct diagram, you will always get the right answer. Just execution is there, nothing else. Right? So first thing is you need to understand the problem and need to draw the correct diagram. Okay, you will solve some problems here also. Okay, and then you will get to know how to apply this trigonometry in height and distances. Okay, let us start with a simple example. Okay, the question is the angle of elevation. Here elevation means you are looking up. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower at a distance of 120 meter from its foot on a horizontal plane is found to be 30 degrees. So just let us understand what is the question. Question is that there is a tower, right? Let us draw and this is my ground level, right? So you see, you need to always make a right angle triangle, right? So tower is there which is perpendicular to the ground and ground is there. Now it's saying that the angle of elevation of the top of the tower means someone is looking at this point, right? From where? From 120 meter from its foot. So this is the foot of the tower, and from where? 120 meter. Suppose this is my point. This is 120 meter. Correct? And the angle is 30 degree. Means if I am looking from here, this angle is what? Angle of elevation 30 degree. See, if nothing is mentioned, you keep that object as point only, right? In some questions it is given that height of the person is something like that, then we will do in some other way, but if nothing is mentioned, you will keep it as a point object, right? And now the question is find the height of the tower. Let this height of the tower be h. Okay, so we have got a right angle triangle in which one angle is there, one side is mentioned, and we are asking another side, right? So for this angle, this is my base and this is what? Perpendicular, right? So we will use a ratio which involves perpendicular and base. So that is our tan theta or cot theta. So normally we use sine, cos, tan, right? So here we can say that tan 30 is equal to what? Perpendicular, which is my height, upon base, which is 120. So h is what? 120 multiplied by tan 30. Now this is my standard angle, so you can always get the value 1 by root 3. If you rationalize it, it will become 120 root 3 upon 3. This will be 40 root 3. So you can keep your answer like this, 40 root 3, or you can multiply 40 by the value of root 3. What is the value of root 3? Root 3 is 1.732. We take it as 1.732. So either you can multiply or just keep it same. Correct? So you need to draw the correct diagram. Once you draw the diagram correctly, then just you need to find which ratio to use to get the use of this angle. Okay, let us take another example here. The question is that a man observes the angle of elevation of a top of a building to be 30 degree. So there is a building, let us draw. So there is a building, correct? And let us make a ground level also, correct? So a man observes the angle of elevation of a top of a building to be 30 degree. Let's keep this man here and let us join this angle, right? So this angle is what? 30 degree, my angle of elevation, right? Now he walks towards it in a horizontal line, means on the ground he is walking towards the building. On covering 60 meter, the angle of elevation changes to 60 degrees. So what he is doing? He is walking towards the building, and after walking the 60 meter, the angle of elevation, now the angle of elevation will be like this, correct? This is my changes to 60 degree. Find the height of the tower or height of the building. Let the height of the building is h. Okay, now so we know this distance 60, we don't know about this distance. let us take it x. Okay, so now we have two triangles. One is including the 60 degree and one right angle triangle in which 30 degree is there. So we can apply, suppose if we write tan 30, what will be my tan 30? Tan 30 is perpendicular, which is h upon base. Base is what, my 60 plus x. So we can write h upon 60 plus x, correct? Now if we write in this triangle tan 60, what will be the expression? H upon simple x. Okay, now whenever tan 30 and tan 60 comes, what I do basically, right, tan 30 is what, 1 by root 3, I am writing values here, and tan 60 is what, root 3. Okay, what I do, I just divide the two equations whenever tan 30 and tan 60 comes, so that this root 3 and root 3, they get multiplied with each other and it will be 3. So if you do this, suppose I am doing this tan 60 upon tan 30. So let us write here tan 60 upon tan 30. Tan 60 is root 3 and this is 1 upon root 3. So next step, this root 3 will come up, root 3 multiplied by root 3 will become 3. So we will get rid of irrational part. Okay, now this is what tan 60 is, h upon x, this is h upon x plus 60. Here h will get cancelled, this will become only 3, and you will get this x plus 60 will come up upon x, right? So you will get the value of x here. Right, so you get the value of x. Now you can apply, you can write in any equation value of x and get the value of h. Let us see, we will do this tan 60, which is h upon x, this is root 3 h, x we know 30, so my h is 30 root 3, right? So there are lots of problems similar to this only. The only thing changes will be the angle of elevations, and even either the man will be there or a car will be there or something else will be there. But lots of problems are based on this concept only. Now let us take another kind of example here. Let us read the question first. A vertical pole and a vertical tower are on the same level. So here there is a pole and there is a tower. Now from the top of the pole, means I am sitting at the top of the pole, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degree. Now it means that the tower is bigger and my pole, which is on the same level, you can say like this. You can, okay, this is my pole, this is my tower. How I can conclude it that the tower is longer? Because from the top of the pole, this is my pole, this is my tower. From the top of the pole, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower, because it is given as angle of elevation, it means the top of the tower is higher than the top of the pole. So you draw this horizontal line first. This angle is given as 60 degree. Okay, and the angle of depression of the foot of the tower, I am setting it here, I am looking at the top also, I am looking at the bottom also, foot. So what is the angle of depression? If you just join it here, this is my angle of depression, it is 30 degree. Okay, it's a rough diagram, so don't bother about that 30 degree is looking more than 60 degree. So it's a rough diagram, you can use it, right? And height of the pole is 20. This is my height of the pole. We need to find the height of the tower. Okay, so what we will do, see, the common sense is, if this is 20, this is also 20. Why? Because I have made this as parallel, and these two are also parallel, perpendicular to the ground. So this is basically a rectangle, so the opposite side is also 20 meter. Correct? Now let it take this, the remaining part as h, right? And we also don't know the distance between the pole and tower. So this x, this is also will be equal to what? X. Same logic, rectangle. Okay, now, so what we will do, if we look at this lower triangle where the 30 degree is there, right? Or you can, this 30 degree is equal to 30 degree here also, alternate angles, so you can look at this triangle also. So tan 30 will be what? Perpendicular upon base. So we can write upon x. From here we can get the value of x, and then we will use it to find the small h. Here also, if I write tan 60, it will be what? H by x. Now again we have got tan 30 and tan 60. So what I am going to do? Just divide it, right? So tan 60 is giving me root 3 and is giving me 1 by root 3. So by dividing tan 60 upon tan 30, we don't need to calculate the value of x now. Why? Because it will also get cancelled. It is what? Root 3 upon 1 by root 3, and expression wise tan 60 is h by x, 20 by x. So this x is also cancelled. So we have here 3 is equal to h by 20. This means h is equal to what? 60. But this is not the height of the tower. If you write this answer as answer, you will get less marks. My tower is h plus 20. We have calculated this h, small h. So height of the tower, you can call it bigger h plus 20, which is 80 meter. Right? To understand the logic here, that why I have taken this 20 as here also and this x here also. Angle of depression was there, so either I can use this triangle or I can use this triangle also. Same angle will be there. Okay, let us understand another question, typical question, right? Question is, the angle of elevation of a stationary cloud from a point 25 meter above a lake is 30 degree. Okay, so we have a lake here. Let's draw a water kind of scenario, right? And it's saying that from a point 25 meter above the lake, so something is there. Let us, so something is there 25 meter above. Okay, and the angle of elevation, a cloud is also there. So we have a cloud. Okay, so angle of, let's keep the angle of elevation to the center of the cloud. So we have like this, right? This angle is 30 degree. Angle of elevation is given as 30 degree, and the angle of depression of its reflection, okay, its reflection is also there. So understand the concept that this distance right, will be here also. These two distances will be same. Reflection will be what? At the same distance inside the lake. So if I take it as this x, then it is also my x. So the total distance will be what? 2x. Okay, let's keep it like that. And the angle of depression of its reflection in the lake is 60 degree. Okay, so if we are looking at this, right, this angle is my 60 degree, correct? So what is the height of the cloud above lake level? We need to find x only. Okay, so let us take this height, this much, okay, this much height as h. Okay, so this is 25, so this is also 25 by law of rectangle thing. Okay, now we can apply our trigonometric ratio here. Okay, one more thing we can do, we can just this distance between our pole can say and this point, you can write it like y, this will be also y, correct? So let's take tan 30. Tan 30 will be in the upper triangle, it will be what? H upon y, correct? And this tan 60, tan 60 will be this total x plus 25, x plus 25 by y. You got it? This x was total inside the lake and this 25 was above point. So 25 plus xy, because we are looking at this triangle. So 25 plus x. 25 plus x upon y. Again, what we will do? We will just use the ratio tan 60 upon tan 30. It will give me x plus 25 upon h. Y will get cancelled. And this will be equal to what? 3. Right? So here you can get x plus 25 is equal to what? 3h. And we have one more relation, which is h plus 25 is equal to what? X. Correct? So we can write x as h plus 25. So h plus 25 plus 25 is equal to 3h. H will go there, will be 2h, 50. So h is what? 25. So what is the height of cloud from the lake? We need to find x only. So x is what? 25 plus 25, which is 50.